Menstruation of a woman, monthly period of a woman does not defy that woman. Most people misunderstand and misjudge the meaning of a woman's monthly period. Yes, biologically, they can be correct, but mystically, I want to treat this matter. Women are not defined by their monthly period. They are not unclean. Their does not make them unclean, but rather it makes them sparklingly clean. That is why when you go to the book of Hebrews chapter 9 verse 22, there it says that the law says that almost everything must be made clean with blood. Unless blood is poured out, sin are not forgiven. That is Hebrews chapter 9 verse 22. Now, in the case of men, when any man wants to purify himself or themselves for the sake of purity, they must bring animal blood and pour. But in the case of women, they pay that price with their own blood. And as a matter of fact, this is done every month and 13 times every year. Women keep purifying themselves. And at this period of purification with their own blood, hear this, at that time, they become so pure, so clean, to the point of attaining to the position of a goddess. That is why every right-thinking man treats women as goddesses. And to make it clearer to you, their own purification at this point is even purer than that of the gods. That is why at this point, if any woman should appear before a god, he will reduce the power of that god. And any god who sees such a woman at that point takes a flight. They leave that place. That is why when you go to the Old Testament, the law, God says that any woman that is in her monthly period should not, for any reason, appear before my presence. Even the God are afraid of women at this point. And this is why most men who are scared of women at this point, they don't know why they are scared. They see that women are impure at that period to come closer to them. No, they are not pure. Any energy you carry at that point, the woman which is in her period will extract it from you. You will become empty. You become empty. That is why if you go to the New Testament, Bible stated that a day Jesus was on the way going to somewhere, and on that day there was a woman which was having hemorrhage for 12 good years, bleeding. Her own period does not stop for 12 years. The woman understand this principle. She knew that she was not supposed to touch a man, that any man she touches is automatically empty. So, and she thought within her heart that I'm not supposed to touch this man, but I need to take this power from him to get myself healed. What she did, she said, okay, since I cannot touch him, let me just touch the hem of his clothes. And she bent down and touched the hem of Jesus's clothes. Immediately, Jesus confirmed and confessed that my power has left me. This is a warning for most of the Christians who claim that being a Christian keeps them above certain natural rules. Even Jesus himself lost his power at that point. Jesus began to complain and confess that my power has left me. Somebody touched me. Who touched me? He was within the mammoth of crowd. People were touching him and he never felt anything. But because that woman knew the power she was wielding at that particular point, the power of her period. She knew she was not supposed to touch Jesus, but because she knew what she wanted, she had to do it. Only to do it where this man will not know that I have tampered with his powers. But Jesus knew, noticed immediately, and confessed it. And the woman surrendered herself and confessed to him that I was the one who took your power. But this is why I have taken it. And Jesus said, okay, go. Before I prepared to give this message, I was so skeptical because that is why most of our forefathers, they avoid women from knowing this truth. They try to hide this truth from women because most women are very careless. Once you make them understand the power they carry, they will, instead of using it positively, they will misuse it. At a point that a woman is in her period, if any woman uses that period to make prosperity utterances upon the husband will excel and succeed. If such a woman at that period also uses that point to use that period to derobe the husband from certain forces that are holding the husband down, they must obey. Those forces must obey. That is how, for those who are wise, who know how to use that period. Now, for most of you who don't understand this, I'm giving this message so that you will have a rethink, a different understanding about this period of a woman, or rather of women, and know how and why you must be very careful amongst women, and especially with your woman once she is undergoing this process. At that process, she is even above your God. Take it or you leave it. For even your God will not dare to appear before her. So we are making a whole lot of mistakes that are taking us back in life. Thank you so much.